Good morning, good morning. I'm just going to adjust my phone. Good morning and welcome to another Monday Messages. And if you don't know me, my name's Rebecca. I'm a homeopath, I'm a holistic life coach and a natural health advocate. And I come in here every Monday to share a tip, a practice, a thought, something to stimulate all of us to be as conscious as we can of what works for us in our lives and what perhaps may be keeping us stuck or in a place that we feel is out of date and we'd like to move on from that. So I hope you all had a fabulous weekend. It was a bit stormy here. Didn't stop us though. I managed to get out for a walk, which was wild, really wild actually, but very welcome. So if you're joining me live, you're very, very welcome. Do let me know that you can hear me, and that's always a bonus, I feel. So if you could give me a thumbs up or something like that, that would be great. So today I wanted to talk about time. And what brought that to mind was it was several things actually, but at the moment I'm a little bit preoccupied in planning a business coaching course that I run called Pimp My Practice. I've run it several times, but unlike my homeopathic course, it needs to run I need to plan it basically because there's a live element there's a number of live Zoom workshops that we do as part of the course. So those have to be scheduled. And because I'm looking at the length of the course and how much time is needed to do each module and how to structure the lives, it's really making me become more aware than normal of time, of how long it takes to do things, and or how quickly it sometimes can be. And we do tend to, by and large, we kind of overestimate what we can get done in a short space of time, and we then underestimate what can be achieved in a longer space of time. So planning and mapping my time is a very important part of actually my business practice, but also I can remember as a parent of school-aged children how many things that you have to manage. You're effectively managing the diaries, not only your own diary and calendar, but your children's as well, and obviously your partner's, and slotting everything in so that it all works beautifully. So I believe that our ability to manage time, if you like, which is up for debate as a concept, I understand, because there would be some people who think that time is a construct and that we shouldn't be slaves to it, and that it shouldn't rule us, it shouldn't run us. And I agree on that score, but it's easy to feel like it does. Excuse me. It's often, I recognise that we can feel like we're kind of hamsters on a wheel, that we're constantly racing against time, looking at the clock, realising that we're a little bit behind, perhaps being consistently late for things, or just feeling like there's no breathing space, there's no time for anything. And as women, I know, unfortunately, when we're in that state, which it can be quite an anxious state, we don't tend to think very clearly. And we go into a kind of emergency state, if you like. And the first thing that our minds tell us to do is, okay, just get rid of everything that's not really, really vital and really important. And unfortunately, most of the time, especially when we're in parenting mode, that tends to mean that we jettison the very things that we actually need to get us out of that state of overwhelm and of anxiety and being time poor. So we will put all our self-care routines, if we have any in place, all our maybe health practices or health practitioner bookings, we will just go, okay, well, they have to go. Because what's most important is what we're doing with our kids or what we're doing with our business or our practices, or, when I say practices, I mean if you're a health practitioner. Anything at all, those things tend to go right down to the bottom of the list. And that actually means that we are perpetuating our state of overwhelm and racing against the clock and never having enough time. And if we can step back from that and have a better relationship with managing our time right from the beginning, then we have no need to be in that state at all. So prioritizing what keeps us able to be whoever we want to be. So whether that's if you're a parent and that's your predominant way of being in the world at this particular moment, and I know that this can change as we move in and out of different roles in our lives as women. But whether we're parenting, whether we're running our businesses, whether we're working for someone else, or we are indeed managing lots of other people, we all need some kind of relationship with time management. I know some people would say, okay, going back to that, time is a construct, and I just go with the flow, and I feel better when I'm just seeing what comes up and just going with what I feel like doing. And that is a beautiful state to be in, and it can be absolutely wonderful on occasion in some circumstances. If you apply that to absolutely every part of your life, I'm not sure it's going to work terribly well. I mean, if I just said as a health practitioner, yeah, just turn up whenever you want. That's fine. You can see already that would be not very helpful to anybody, me or my clients. So at the very least, we have to have some kind of way of charting our time, of managing it, of breaking it down into bite-sized chunks, if you like. And I used to do that solely with a written diary and a planner. And I still do use them because I find it very helpful and quite visual, and I quite to look at my day laid out in front of me and understand what I've got coming up. Have I plotted it in a productive, creative, constructive way, a way that suits me in terms of my working day, but also even with social events, with things that I've committed to maybe months ago and forgotten about. Once I look at them written down, they make more sense to me time-wise. And often not often, but sometimes I can look at things and go, oh, I forgot that actually it's going to take me half an hour to get from here to where I need to be for this social commitment. And actually I haven't got half an hour. So I need to rethink that. And I found that was quite easy for me to fall into when I had a written diary. It may not be for you. You might not have that issue. But what I find actually more helpful now is my calendar app on my phone and my booking service, because it blocks out whatever chunk of time I put into it. So I can immediately see where there are gaps and also where things are really butted up against each other. And I find that very, very helpful. It also really helps me to understand how I work in a very healthy way. And for me, particularly in what I do, that is an essential component of being productive and being relaxed and professional and all the things that I want to be. And even if you are perhaps not working, not doing paid work at the moment, and you're focusing on your role as a parent, and as I say, you're managing all of those different social commitments, sports engagements, art classes, whatever, school runs, all of those things, plus feeding and shopping and, anything else you might be doing, any courses that you might be doing. What tends to get forgotten is what I call travel time. And sometimes it is literally travel time. It is literally, I can't actually do those things because I don't have enough time to get from one to the other. And the other thing, it can be mind traveling time, if you like. So having space, breathing space in between things, especially if we are wearing lots of different hats. So I know that I can choose to have one client after another, throughout my day. And literally every hour, every 2 hours, whatever it is, I can have someone booked in. I don't like working like that. It doesn't suit me. Because I need a little bit of a transition time to come out of the energy of one consultation, because I'm totally 100% committed and in the energy exchange that we have between two people or a group or whatever. And the energy of the next person coming in will be completely different. And I want to be able to transition from one to the other and just kind of gather myself and sometimes do a bit of a cleaning job, if you like, just to kind of, okay, just let's clear that energy and get into the next energy. And I find that actually very helpful in the rest of my life as well. It's not just in between clients. And I think that often gets lost as part of our self-care. And I know that even if I choose to book people kind of back to back, that I will always have a time, 5 minutes even, where perhaps I might ask them to just wait in the waiting room, or that I might invite them into my space and then just pop out and stick my head out the back door and have a deep breath. Sometimes I need more than that. So I know, for example, that I really need a break in the middle of the day. So that's diaried, that's in my calendar. All of those things basically can be scheduled and managed so that we can be the best version of ourselves possible. And we are the source often of all sorts of things, whether we are the parenting source, the health practitioner source, the business source, business owner, or the employer or employee. We need to keep that topped up and managing our time so that that can happen and we can be like that, I think is a really important skill. And it's not taught. It's certainly not taught at school. And it's something that often can come as a new concept to many of the students that I mentor and the people who join my business coaching course. So that's what I wanted to talk about today, was just to invite you to think about, what is your relationship with time? Are you always running around feeling time poor? Do you feel, no, it's fine, I'm on top of things and I always feel great and it's all working really well for me? In which case, I would love some tips. Please do share. But allowing ourselves the ability to plan, to map our time out effectively, whatever it is that we're doing, whether that's on a daily basis, a weekly basis, monthly basis, or even a yearly basis, is really helpful for understanding how we can get the best out of it and how we can do whatever we can to avoid going into that horrible rush, always late, never feeling there's enough time. It's a horrible state to be in, and it's not necessary. So that's what I wanted you to do this week, is maybe just journal a bit on, what do I feel about time? When do I feel in control of time? And when do I feel that time is controlling me, kind of thing? And how do I feel about that? Does it work for me? Do I quite like it? Do I work at my best when I'm in that kind of back against the wall? Oh my God, there's a deadline. I've got to finish. In some circumstances, and for some people, that is a kind of quite a productive way to work. Doesn't work for me very well, apart from a couple of exceptions. But have a think about that and explore how you feel about time, what your relationship with time is, and perhaps thinking about it in different parts of your life. So, as I say, you might have a completely different approach to your time management as a parent to when you're in work mode, in your business mode, or when you're in your downtime mode, your social mode. I don't know, it could be the same across all three. But just have a look at it, see where it's working for you and where you think, actually, I don't want to be in that state anymore. And if just coming to some consciousness of that, it can be really helpful, because once we become conscious of something, then we can change it. And there are many ways to do that. We can do that in a QTT session. If it's relating to your business, you might be interested in joining the next round of my business coaching course, because it's certainly something we'll be covering in that. And if you are interested in that, then just click on the link with this video. You can either join my existing Pimp My Practice private community on Facebook, where I definitely will be announcing the dates of the next course, and you can pick up tips and join our accountability call that we have once a month. You can do that. Or if you're not ready for that, you can just email me, get in touch with me, join my email list even, to stay connected, because I will be announcing more details and the dates of the course in the next email letter. So just clicking on the link with this video will take you to all of those things. So thank you very much for the thumbs up. And if you want any more information about working with me in some other capacity, maybe it's time management, maybe it's something else, then there's lots of information if you click on the same link below. So that's it, I think. So thinking about time, and is it our friend, or is it something that we battle against all the time, or is it a little bit of both? And always, how is that working for us? Have a great week. Be time conscious and get the best out of time for your week, whatever you would like from that week. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye.